Hello, I am Mrs. Ollinger, and I'm so excited to share my online course with you. I've been an English teacher for 10 years, and I've worked online with K-12, which is now Stride, for the past 6 years. The key elements of my personal teaching philosophy, which I have right up here, are establishing a quality social emotional learning foundation, a focus on cognitivism, teaching diversity, and a spirit of continuous improvement, which includes a focus on universal design for learning, as well as exploring and integrating innovative technology at every turn. My school's new vision statement, let me go down to it so we can look at it together. My school's new vision statement truly encompasses the elements of my teaching that I firmly believe in, including integration of innovative technology and empathetic, evidence-based instruction and learning for our diverse students. This unit is our drama unit, which generally in the past few years has been Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. In order to really capture the diversity of my students and to expose students to cultures other than their own, I have chosen to read August Wilson's Fences with my students instead. The grade level for this unit is 9th grade, and the standards include all of these on the screen. So one standard that we've been working on a lot this year is determining the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in the text, including figurative and connotative meanings, analyzing the cumulative impact of a specific word choice on meaning and tone. For example, how the language evokes a sense of time and place and how it sets formal or informal tone. So there's a list of standards. I won't read them all to you, but lots of analysis, if you notice. Definitely that analysis of historical context on a text, as August Wilson wrote what is called the Pittsburgh cycle or century cycle, in which he has one play for each 10-year cycle of African American history in the United States. So that's pretty neat, and those are the Colorado state standards that will be covered. Next, we're going to look at the organizational structure of this course. So let me pull up my Canvas. We can look at it briefly together. So the organizational structure includes our introduction, individualized writing notebooks, and I'll go more into that in a moment, reading and watching the play in class, and then we'll end the class with a review game, which will tie into our summative multiple choice question exam, and then the writer's notebook, which we begin the beginning of the unit, will also count as a summative assignment. I did enjoy working with this LMS. I generally use a different platform, but I enjoyed linking all the assignments right here under modules. I liked how easy it was to kind of customize what I wanted to view. I also really enjoyed when I built the rubric. It was a little bit easier to link than it is in the D2L platform that I generally use. Oops, sorry. So the disconnect within any LMS is the synchronous sessions. Students can navigate this LMS asynchronously, but one important aspect of online education is that synchronous session where students do need to attend and participate in order to fully comprehend the literature, especially with a play. Plays are not designed to be read, alone in your bedroom. Plays are designed to be performed. And so students miss a lot if they are only doing the asynchronous bit. And also the synchronous sessions give the students the opportunity to get live feedback from the instructor and to interact with each other. Okay, so now we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the lesson elements. The writer's notebook is something I'm pretty excited about because each student's going to make a copy and then share it with me. So I'll have an entire folder of student writer notebooks. And so far, this is what they have. I'm going to use this second semester, and so I think before I teach it, I will add a few more writing elements. But the cool thing is essentially they've got my notes that I would be going through in the introduction. but they're responding on their own pages. Okay, so they'll be responding to this quote. I gave a sentence stem right here for some differentiation, some support. Okay, and then I've linked, the reading that I wanted them to do. I've also inserted this really cool setting video, which is just music and then a video of Pittsburgh, which is, I think, will do well for them as they kind of try to visualize where this play takes place. And then we have an article that we'll be reading. So this is all within their writer's notebook, and this will be kind of my formative assessment as I look at their responses right away the first day. What kind of responses do I see? What kind of support do students need? What are they getting? What are they not? And then there's a character list linked right here, and they'll answer some questions. And this would all be presented in the synchronous class, but if students miss the synchronous class, it'd be really simple for them, honestly, to go in and complete this. And then here is our Act 1 response, and we'll be focusing on this ACE writing strategy. So that is the first lesson element. The second lesson element is within any of the synchronous classes, within all of them that I've presented, we'll do this discussion. And so we'll do some reading, and I'll go through that in a second. But after we do the reading, as a class, we will sit and discuss. And within the platform we use, students are able to just write their names on the board and drag themselves into a seat and take part in the discussion by, either using the microphone, which is preferred. Some students really just won't ever use the microphone. And so in that case, they are welcome to use chat. But I use this slide and it's not loading. Let me go back. Let me go to this page because I have a discussion up for both of these. And within this discussion, again, this is a collaboration opportunity for students to really build on one another's ideas and what another student may have said. And then that community of exemplary, community of inquiry, and then it exemplifies some innovative technology. So I don't know why it's not loading here, but it's essentially a table and chairs in which they can put their names in the speaker's chair or in the audience chair. And that's usually good for students to kind of get them some interactivity, especially when reading. Sometimes when we read, students, the ones who are not actively reading, zone out a little bit. So to go back to the introduction, just to kind of show you what we'll be doing, we'll be reading, within the introduction, we have the character profiles, and so I don't really want to look at that. What we will do is read. This was in the middle lesson where we would already be into Act 1, and I would screen share the entire play so that students and myself can read it. Before we read it, we would have a little sign up right here where students can sign up for a part. And, some students really enjoy reading aloud and some students don't. And for the students who don't, I always let them know, like, hey, Gabriel is a lot smaller part. I like to give them credit for reading aloud because it really encourages that participation. And so that is kind of my middle class. And then the last, within my closing, we will do a Jeopardy game. I teach 9th grade, and 9th graders really enjoy games. If I'm going to play a game, they are absolutely going to be engaged. And so this one's really cool. Found this template online, and when you click on each of the scores, it'll bring you right to the question. Okay, so this is just like the playwright for 10. Our playwright also coined Black Shakespeare, and the response would be, who is August Wilson? Really cool because this is linked, so if you're in presentation mode, it'll go right back to the home. And then the questions do get a little bit harder. I tried to add as many visuals as possible. And this will be a good review, which will lead us into the summative multiple choice exam. And so I did build this within Canvas. Again, I found Canvas to be honestly pretty easy to work with compared to the D2L platform. At first, I felt intimidated by using a different platform, but now I prefer it. And so we have about 10 questions on this quiz, and they are covered within the Jeopardy unit and within the classes throughout throughout the unit. Okay. And then the last thing I'd want to look at is, again, the writer's notebook is linked here under lesson 3. It's also linked under lesson 1 because every student would need to make a copy. The play is a full text PDF. Students at Stride are sent all materials at the beginning of the year, including A Midsummer Night's Dream, which again is the play we are not reading. So I'm making sure that there is no additional cost to students, that they're able to access it. I will be screen sharing. I'll also be providing, just quick video clips because this play was also made into a movie. Which does follow the play exactly with Denzel Washington. And so we will watch clips in class as well to kind of give us that viewpoint. But lastly, the writer's notebook does have the rubric built in. Students can either download as a PowerPoint, or they can just give me the link right here as a submission, and they'll see the rubric that I've built. And throughout the unit, they will be getting formative assessment feedback from me, and this would be their summative as they turn in their entire portfolio. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video walkthrough. I look forward to supporting each student's path to success by integrating innovative technology and empathetic evidence-based instruction to personalize learning for my diverse students. It is my role to strive for continuous improvement of my students and myself with every lesson that I teach. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day.